Hey guys, welcome to my new movie collections update video for the month of March. Glad you guys can join me and continue to support me and stuff like that. I'm actually trying something a little different this time. As you can probably tell, I've angled the camera from a different position this time, and I'm actually using my iPhone to record this video rather than my Canon T3i, which I've always used for just about every video that I've recorded for my YouTube channel. So I don't know how the image quality is going to look on this, on my iPhone. I used to do it before with my iPhone. But I'll probably see if I can touch it up a little bit, with the post stuff when I work it on for editing purposes. See if I can touch it up a little bit if things don't look so good. But other than that, try something different now. Alright guys, so again, welcome to my new video. I have a nice little selection of videos and movies I should say, that I've watched within the last couple of weeks. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. As always, give me thumbs up, like my video, leave me comments, guys. I'm going to see if maybe later on down the future I'll probably, make a video where I basically answer some of your comments that you've left for me on my videos. All right, and give me suggestions for other things you guys would like to see me do videos on. All right, guys. So, all right, enough talking about that. Let's get started. So, the first thing that I had to show you for this movie collection is the film called Closed Circuit. Now, this movie is about a particular, not a particular, but it was a terrorist attack that happened in a market in London. And I believe they captured some of the suspects, and they bring in Eric Bana and Rebecca Hall's characters to be the lawyers who are trying to convict, I believe, the suspect that they caught that was involved in the bombings. But throughout the course of their investigation, they end up finding out there was actually a lot more happening here involving MI5. So it wasn't just a simple terrorist attack, by just a small group. There was a huge cover-up that was behind this, that was, it begins to be unraveled as these two characters continue to dive deeper into, what was happening, who was involved in it, so it's a really nice, really good spy thriller, that these two actors are in it, and I found it to be a lot of fun. It was, very engaging. There's a lot of twists and turns, figuring out like who's involved and how these characters are in danger or might not be in danger by all the new evidence that they keep finding that could, either, convict or maybe even, exonerate, the suspect involved in the particular case. But other than that, I thought this was actually a really good movie. So I definitely say give it a try, guys. So Closed Circuit, definitely give it a shot. The next movie that I have to show you, of course, is The Conjuring. Now, I just finished watching this movie about a couple of hours ago, so I'm still kind of like, yeah, a little shaky about it. Basically because I really did like it. And it was a really, really good scary film. Basically, it's based on actual events. It's about these paranormal investigators that go by the name the Warrens. That's their last name, the Warrens, and it's basically about this one case where they help this family whose home is actually haunted by an evil spirit. And it basically just shows how the investigators go in there, set up all their equipment, try to investigate, try to help the family, and in the process they're trying to avoid, any of the family members from actually getting possessed by the evil entity that pretty much is haunting their house and is trying to put them in danger, trying to kill them. And I mean that's pretty much it. I don't want to go into any further details because I might be afraid that I might be giving certain things away. But for the most part, I think that pretty much is a good summation of the premise behind this film. And for those of you that have seen it, then you pretty much know what I'm talking about. You know basically what happens. But it's a really great film. Really scary. I mean, there's certain things that were done in terms with some of the background effects that really kind of give it that eerie, creepy mood, and even some of the background music that plays, especially during just the opening sequence, that loud, rising crescendo of musical tone that they use in there that rises all the way top, and it really scares the crap out of you. But it was a really great film. So it's definitely something. If you guys are fans of horror films, I'd definitely say check out The Conjuring. It's really well worth it. The next film that I have to show you is this movie called Girl Most Likely, starring Kristen Wiig. And it's basically about Kristen Wiig's character who recently gets involved in a breakup. She loses her job. She kind of suffers a bit of a mental crisis or a mental breakdown, and she kind of fakes a suicide that kind of lands her in the hospital. And her mother comes in takes the responsibility of having to take care of her, brings her back home to Jersey because Kristen Wiig's character was living in New York at the time when all this stuff happened. So they bring her back to Jersey. She finds herself in. They're not really able to adjust back to Jersey life because there's a bit of background stuff that happens between her and her family that is slowly revealed as we get to know all these characters that are involved in here. But it's a really nice story, just trying to see how she kind of realizes that she kind of lived a somewhat sheltered, I guess, life, and to a certain degree, she kind of like just formed this fantasy world around her, thinking that she was well protected and all that. When in reality, she really wasn't. And it's through interacting with her mother, being back with her brother and this other guy that's living in their house, in her room, basically, the interactions with him, that she begins to realize that basically things weren't as safe, or they weren't as fantastic as she thought she had made herself to believe. And she begins to see the other side of things, and so it's really nice to see that, really nice how to see how the family kind of begins to understand each other, and they become really kind of fall back together as being, a united family once again. It's a really great story, actually, and I really did enjoy this one a lot. As a matter of fact, I tend to really enjoy a lot of Kristen Wiig's films anyway, so this one, again, is no exception to that. It's a really great film, so I say definitely check it out. Girl, most likely. The next film that I have to show you is this film. It's actually a Spanish film that comes from Mexico. It's called Instructions Not Included. This movie, I have to say, was really great. It's fantastic. It's very rare that you have actually ever pick up, foreign films, especially Spanish films that come from either Spain or from, Mexico. And whenever I do pick up one of these rare foreign films, it's usually because there's something about that I've either, read, or I might have seen the trailer, and it kind of really interested me a lot. And the story behind this one is the main character, is one of these playboy characters, or so, he's always involved in having a lot of, one-night affairs and things like that. And on one of these occasions, one of his previous hookups comes back to tell him that, she has a baby and that the baby's his, and she kind of leaves the baby with him while they're in Acapulco in Mexico. And she leaves to come back to the U.S., leaving the baby behind with him because she can't take care of it at the moment for whatever reasons. I can't remember what it was. So the story basically is about seeing, the main character kind of grow out of, being this independent, carefree type of character who doesn't care about anything, to having to be a father now and having to raise, this child, which is her daughter. And it's really, really great just to see kind of how he kind of falls into the role of being a parent. And her daughter's really cute. I mean, you really kind of fall in love with the daughter character in there, So it's really a lot of fun. There are a lot of sad moments, especially towards the end. I really, really don't want to say anything else more, about it. Just pretty much just leave you with that. It's a really great film. It has, a very nice sequence of events that happen, showing you how he becomes really involved and dedicated to, raising his daughter, and the reasons why she's raising her, his daughter and stuff like that. So that's basically all I really want to say about that, because there's some really amazing stuff in here. Some really, really sad stuff that happens also. And that's all I really want to say. I definitely recommend you guys to pick this up. Instructions Not Included. It's definitely well worth it. I really enjoyed this one a lot. The next film that I have to show you is the film Las Vegas. I remember seeing this in theaters and really enjoying it a lot, so I figured, I might as well just add it to my collection too. And basically, it's Michael Douglas, Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, and Chris Klein, playing, buddies. And I believe it's Michael Douglas's character who now, when he's 60 years old, is getting married, and he wants all these buddies to come back together to kind of throw him a bachelor party, and they decide to have it in Las Vegas. And there's this whole thing about trying to get Robert De Niro's character to come along with them, because Douglas's character and De Niro's characters kind of had a bit of a falling out over the years, and they hadn't really been speaking to each other. So they kind of coerce Robert De Niro's character to tag along, and they all meet in Las Vegas, and a bunch of stuff happens where it's kind of like they're reliving their youth a little bit over here, and they're also kind of like helping each other question their motives, or where they are in life, and are they happy, and things like that. I thought it was a really really nice movie with all these famous well-established actors all in there at once. They had a lot of nice comedic moments, so I could definitely give it that. And I thought, like I said, it wasn't a horrible film. it was a good movie, a good good nice laugh movie to have. You can watch on a weekend or something like that. So definitely I say check out Last Vegas if you haven't seen it already. And if you have, definitely it's worth another look because it does have some funny moments. And it's really cool. It's really cool. That's what I thought. So, Las Vegas. And the last film that I had to show you guys in my collection that I picked up, the last couple of weeks is the film called Runner Runner. It's actually, I just realized this now, it's actually inspired by true events. And it stars, Justin Timberlake and Ben Affleck. And the film basically is about Justin Timberlake's character. I believe he's a college student. I forget which college. One of these, Ivy Leagues, universities that he's attending. And in order to pay for his tuition, he's actually conducting like a kind of, not conducted, but he kind of created a gambling ring at the school where he's pretty much betting money, in online gambling, and he's also, kind of got other students to also partake in this activity. And on this one occasion, he bets all this money and he ends up losing. But the thing about it, what happens here is the fact that he's kind of developed a system more or less of how to play the game very well and not lose, or at least not lose big, whenever he plays online gambling or online poker, I believe. And he kind of realizes that when he was playing this one game that at every turn he was losing every hand, so it was kind of weird, especially for a computer system. So he ends up going to Costa Rica, where the game's creator is actually staying, and the game's creator, of course, is Ben Affleck, to kind of like figure out or to accuse Ben Affleck's character of rigging the game, in order for the players to lose, especially him, because he wants his money back. And this whole thing happens where Ben Affleck kind of like just admits, yeah, there might have been some faulty thing happening in the programming, and he not only kind of pays it, gives him back his money, but also offers him a job because he pointed out this problem that was happening within his business. So there's a lot of, dirty dealings that are going on in terms of how Ben Affleck's character is conducting his online poker game, and how he's kind of keeping certain things in his favor while he's in Costa Rica, because he's kind of dealing with other big name factors or big name drug smugglers or drug ringers that are in Costa Rica. So there's a lot of stuff that actually happens in here. So it's kind of like a really good thriller film in here that I thought was really good. And I was especially surprised by how Ben Affleck played this character. He did it really well. He does play like an asshole, and he does it, like I said, he does it really well actually. So I really kind of enjoyed watching, Ben Affleck be this way, be an asshole, which is kind of making me think like, there's hope for Batman. I mean, I think that's the only reason why I wanted to see this movie, was the fact that Ben Affleck was playing, in my opinion, a different character than what I've been used to seeing him playing in his past films. Like of course Argo and The Town and things like that. So seeing him play this character kind of made me think differently about, how he might do in terms of the new Batman film, the Batman Superman movie crossover. But other than that, I mean, this movie was actually really good. I was really surprised that it was actually really good, because the performances by both, Timberlake and Affleck were actually, pretty decent. So I definitely say check this out if you haven't done so already, man, because it's actually really a lot of fun for a thriller. A lot of fun. Runner. So guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it was a pretty small selection, but they're all really great films. They're all really great films. They all had their moments that were really a lot of fun. And I definitely say, check them out if you haven't done so already. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm probably going to be uploading some new videos, more shopping videos. Probably going to go pick up some more stuff later on this week, if not next. So I'll definitely let you guys know what I pick up when I make those videos. I might be starting up maybe one or two small little projects that I might be, going into filming very soon, just to kind of keep myself busy, just doing stuff. Right, guys? So I'll definitely also keep you up to date on those things. And that's pretty much it, guys. As always, like the video if you like what I had to say about these videos, or if you like basically what I had to show you. Leave me comments, subscribe to my channel so you guys can just keep seeing what I have coming up. And yeah, look at my past videos and just see, give me suggestions what you would like me to do for upcoming videos. If there's anything specific that you want me to talk about in terms of what I might have in my collection, been thinking about possibly doing like a specialized video where I'm talking about maybe certain types of movies, like maybe horror genre or action or something like that. But definitely give me suggestions, guys. You know, if there's anything in particular that would want me to explore later on. All right. So again, guys, as always, thanks for you for joining me, and stay tuned for the next one. Keep watching films and stay safe, guys. All right. Laters.